Hello, intermediate and more advanced. This one here is you can kind of think of it as extra work. Let me clean my track out here and bring one back over. So, intermediate advanced folks, we're going to do a little bit more inside of this track. So I'm already starting here in the multi-track view. And I drag this over. Now, what we're going to do is change phrasing and beat match. I know that sounds terrifying. But it's really fun. It's easy. So starting off with the beginning of our track here. Nice clean track. So what we're going to be dealing with are phrase changes in the middle of music. Inevitably, you're going to have somebody who says, oh, well, that phrase change doesn't... No, they're not going to say that, but the change doesn't work. I don't want that instrument in there. What do we do? For instance, let me give you an example of where the phrase change happens here. We're listening for a change in the guitar. Okay. We got that sort of... He's going off on his own little solo there. And that doesn't fit what we want. We want that gone. Okay, so what are we going to do? What do we do then? Oh my goodness, what do we do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right about where that happens. Nope, I went too far. Okay, okay, and I'm going to pull this out of the way and basically duplicate this, what I've got, okay? Control-C and then Control-V, or just right-click, edit, copy, and you'll duplicate that. Again, if you highlight and Control-C and then click on the next track and Control-V, if you're using a PC, it will duplicate your track. Now here comes the fun part. Splicing that in. What do? We listen for the downbeat and match the downbeats together. I'm not even going to crossfade in this. It's going to be that clean and quick. Okay, so we're listening for the downbeat and the phrase change, and we're going to shrink and match and mix and give us a new splice here. Let's listen. Okay, down, out, and that's where we do now. Down. That's okay. That's the phrase we want to cut out there. That's our downbeat. So we need to find another downbeat that sounds good that matches that. So we're going to go right to the beginning. Okay? But we've got an extra beat in there. That's before the downbeat. So this here is our downbeat. I'll shrink this track and then drag it right up to here. Right next to it. Okay. That's our downbeat. Kind of bring your cursor here and line up where your downbeat's at. Get in real close to it. As close as you can to the beginning of that downbeat. We're looking for that right there. And we'll drag our next track down and try to match those waves. See how they look exactly like each other? Oh, that sounded weird. That's because we have two sounds over each other. So we'll shrink this track back so they butt right up against each other. There's no gap. Boom! That was almost perfect. Bump it a little closer. Well, there we go. Okay, that's exactly what we want to do. We're matching those up. We eliminated that phrase that the client doesn't want. So let's listen to our splice. Okay, but it's a 30-second spot. Now what do I do? The same thing we did in the first video for the day. We're going to go back. We're going to grab the end of this original track. I'm going to shrink it down until I get to the very, very, very end. This is time-consuming, I know. If only I had my good mouse trackpad today. Batteries died on it, so I gave up on it. Okay. And we're hunting for the downbeat again. We want to get as close to 30 seconds as we can. Looks like that's our downbeat. Boom! Right there. We'll take a look at it, see what it looks like. And then we're going to hunt for another downbeat over here. Downbeat sounds like it's there. I'll shrink it, bring it in. Downbeat Looks like it's right here on this track, so we'll match it with the downbeat here. That's a little bit long. That's the downbeat we want is back here. So I went a little too far. I went a lot too far. We're going to get really close to 30 seconds on this one, so we'll see what it sounds like when we shrink this back and get this puppy here out of the way and listen to it. Okay, remember this track here at the very end is a lot louder than we want. We can even tell by looking at it, so we'll bring that down a little bit to get us closer to even. All right, I'm going to shrink this back a little bit further and see how she sounds. Bingo! So we have 3 different parts of the same music track. We cut out the undesired phrasing, and we still have close to a 30-second music track. Let's listen to it all the way through. And it all matches together just like magic. And that's what we want. Let's mix them down, see what they look like, see if it's good and even. A little low looking to me. But again, right now we're not too worried about volume. We can always amplify, highlight, and then go to effects and amplitude and pop that up a little bit. So we've got a nice clean transition. Okay, so medium experience, advanced folks, you have this in addition to the first assignment. Yes, I want you to do both. I know I'm a pain, but I want both of them. The 30-second regular with the spliced ending, and this one Thursday night, Friday, whenever you can get to it. I'm not too hard on a deadline. So if you have any questions, as always, you can call me. I'll answer your questions, help you through it. I can even remote in if you want me to and help you through the process, because this is a little bit more involved musically. Have a great week.